Hello. Welcome. Don't sweat it here. I'm going to pin myself. Welcome to the LGBTQ plus Resource Center of Ferris State University's LGBT History Month featured guest speaker. We're so excited to welcome Dr. Sydney Lewis from the University of Maryland. Sydney is an amazing artist, an activist, and a scholar of all kinds of things, including Black women's sexuality and modes of resistance and performance. And you can introduce yourself. Before we let Dr. Lewis get started, I am just going to do a couple of housekeeping things. So the thing that we always do is thank the people of the Three Fires. The original people of the land that Big Rapids and Grand Rapids are on, and the ancestors and the continuing living people of this land. We are also going to do here's my standard disability access thing. There's no reason for you to be uncomfortable while you're doing this. So if you want to walk around, sit, eat, move, leave and come back, always feel free. We have closed captions available. If you look on the bottom of your screen and click the ... more, it should come up. It's auto transcribing, and if there are issues with that, we are recording this, and we will clean up the captions for later viewings. So please, if there are other things that we can do to make it possible for you to participate fully and be here, let me know. My email is sarahdoherty@ferris.edu, sarahdoherty@ferris.edu. We are asking for this presentation that until you're invited otherwise to turn off your video and mute yourself, so that the presentation, everybody can pay attention to Dr. Lewis and the screens and information she'll be sharing until you're invited otherwise, and we'll have Q&A at the end. And also she has said it's okay to ask questions throughout, and so we might interrupt so that if questions come up, we can answer them in the moment. And also there's Q&A at the end. If you want to ask a question, you can send them to my email, sarahdoherty@ferris.edu, or put them in the chat, and we'll be watching that. And also I want to just say, thank you to Dr. Lewis for being here, and also a special thank you to the LGBTQ plus Resource Center's BSW intern, Alyssa Caron, for an amazing amount of work and just steady awesomeness. Thank you for that. And so, yeah, without any further ado, let me unpin myself and welcome Dr. Lewis. And let me see if I can pin you. Did you do it? Good job, you.
Oh, technology. So as Sarah said, I'm Dr. Sydney Lewis. Sydney is fine to address me. I teach in the Women, Gender, Sexuality Studies Department at University of Maryland. My work primarily focuses in on Black feminism in performance, literature, and art, as well as LGBT studies. So this presentation is kind of a little bit out of my wheelhouse, not in content, but in format. My pedagogy is usually very, very discussion-based. And so for me to sit here and talk for long periods of time is not how I normally teach. So bear with me. Also, I am a PowerPoint amateur. I tried to do some cool animations, and they turned out looking really basic, but I did them anyway. So feel free to make fun of my PowerPoint skills. All my students do. So I want to kind of get started. Let me share screen. I always have to narrate what I'm doing while I'm doing it. All right, the topic of today's conversation is intersectional queer Black feminism and Black Lives Matter movement. I want to kind of go over some of the roots of the Black Lives Matter movement as located in intersectional Black feminism, as well as located in queer resistance movements, notably Stonewall. So I'm going to open up. I generally ask people what they know about Black Lives Matter or what they've heard about Black Lives Matter. I also kind of did one of those Google searches where it gives you the top results. And so a lot of things associated with the Black Lives Matter or BLM movement came up, such as terrorists, racist, anti-American, anti-police, communist, and sexist. So that's kind of a lot of the, and I won't even just say conservative narrative, but a good part of even the national narrative about Black Lives Matter. What it does not acknowledge are the roots that Black Lives Matter has in Black feminist thought and also in an intersectional liberation for everyone. And so I want to start with this little video about the queer origins of Black Lives Matter. Who you see on the front of this video right here is Patrisse Cullors, one of the original founders of Black Lives Matter. It's about a 7-minute video.